looking to fight. And honestly, you're going to probably be content enough to spam through walls and look for a retake if you can find a kill or two on this crossover. He dishes a good bit of damage out. He takes some of his own along the way. Looks like the spike will be planted though, and Vivo get to play. Oh, they almost lost 2 players, but they'll end up getting out of here in a 5v5.
Yeah, Joe takes a nasty tag, but there's been a response on the other side. Both teams in somewhat an even scenario. The problem is, one of them has the spike down, and Muriz, we know how good he's been in these pistol rounds, already managing to pop the head of the first player. A little bit of damage coming back onto Joe, but they need to get a move on. They need to try and do some damage, and Sushi Boy just comes up big. It's left on to just 1 player, MW0, the clutch king, but he can't do anything to kick this one off.
You can see Fox is a little bit scared of that. And now they're looking to take him down on the other side after spotting him. That's Crows taking the frag. This is now looking very bad for Vivo Keed. Remember, Joe lost all of his shields in that early fight, almost went down. He's healed himself up, but he won't be getting away with anything here. Caught off by the flank. Heat, on quite low HP, will try to put up a fight, and they're doing a damn good job of it. 2 versus 3, down to just Vixen on the back of Yellow. He's being spotted. He's being overwhelmed, and X10 get away with a bonus round.
Yeah, they're also going to use the lockdown. Now, this will force a few players out of position. I say that. Oh, is he going to get it? He is! He times the dismiss perfectly with the lockdown. That was beautiful from Patitek, but it's very quickly traded out with he. I was wondering how on earth he was going to get out of there, but he had a plan all along. This battle again is going to be so important, and Muriz turns his back. Cruz has found an easy frag and put the man advantage back in the favor of this X10 side. Fox is already, he just walks through. There's nobody watching. They don't even spot him as he just kills their star player and leaves 2 standing. In fact, they're now going to bring Paddy back from the dead. Now, there is some afterplant utility, but they'll already get it halfway before anything else can be done, hoping to try and finish him off. But realistically, the Sons of Fury isn't going to get anything more. They can just get back on the defusal. They're going to need to go for these kills, and there's nothing that can be done at this point. MW is too far away. X10, 5-0. They push deep. They put down what looked like a fake wall to actually walk past it, and they're fighting so aggressively. They don't expect him to be here. He can kill off all the players, including the res. Foxes, they just slam them into the ground, leaving just 2 players remaining. But one of them is MW0. He's already brought this one back. The spray is risky because there could be another player to peek, and Paddy has done just that. Caught him on the corner, leaves it onto just 1, and Foxy.
Oh, no. Like, they're so aggressive. You are not safe. No matter where you are on this map, the defenders can be up in your face. But so can the attackers. Already pulling it into a 4 versus 3, and Muriz is going to get away with that. All right, okay.
Okay, there was actually a couple. I think Vixen ends up getting that kill.
Yep.
That wasn't even Muriz who takes the fight. This round definitely wasn't the one we were expecting Vivo Keed to take, but they've got themselves in a very good position. I think he's already spotted Cruz looking to wrap around. He's actually going to go over the top. This could be a free kill, especially because he can just float his way down behind him. Almost gets a little bit awkward, but they will close it out. So however, now he's got to be very careful because there is a drone coming around the corner in just a second. And while the trades this time go firmly in... Well, they did for a second. They did go firmly in favor of the attackers, but it didn't last long. Paddy's going to be spotted, though. It's all in every single round from X10. Just battling, brawling on all sides of the map, and this time it seems like Vivo Keed have found a response. Cruz, 1 versus 3. Doesn't look too likely.
Now he's not in the best position at all, and those taps are really not landing for him. My God. Shock darts coming his way and everything. This round is mostly just going to be a ride-off from this point forward, but they got plenty of cash after those rounds. Maybe he's feeling a little bit confident, wants to get in the highlight reel. But he won't. Not this time around. That's going to be 2 for Vivo Keed.
0. And they're actually just going to look to try and push him down, hunting him. 3 players pushing in on that flank, and Paddy's going to find the kill. Now, with a weaker weapon, this gives them a chance at an upgrade, and now they can just look to play the retake. It was never really just an attempt to get aggressive. It was an attempt to pick someone off, and now go for a retake play. Yeah,
Scary's even managed to pick up Joe, and that might well have been through a smoke. With the Sage down, she did manage to get her wall into play at the start. Those shots came damn close, and in the end, Muriz will be finished off. This is an incredible round from Scary. A man solo holding the B site. His back was open the entire round. This time around, they're going to go for that same B take, but change it up a little bit when it comes to plant spots. Maybe not. Looked like they were for a second.
Yeah, they've still taken a long time to actually get this plant down. So they're not having any actual response in terms of getting into their after plant. So again, they had this disadvantage. Nice shot from Sushi Boys. And there's only 2 remaining. This has to be a clutch of astronomical expenses, and honestly, it's just not happening. Heat 1 versus 3. They've already got the wall to hold him out. They're just sticking this diffuser. He needs to get in there now, and it just isn't enough time for him to do anything here. They're going to hold it all the way down. They've got an 8th on the board. Paddy popped the Empress, so a real chance for him to just take battles and opt to escape. They've got to be careful. His reaction's just about quick enough. Foxy is a madman. Almost gets caught on the rope. He's going to swing instead, but it's only going to be a trade. Still, though, there's a couple of members remaining. He will just dash out a spot, but in the meantime, Paddy has caught another. Mura is being rezzed up. At least gives a man advantage back, but this is a fallback. They do have to be careful, though, because Jet is already on the other side of the map.
Yeah, actually, Sushi Boy's moving around to now cover their cross back over, so Vivo Keat are going to find it hard to get to B or to sell the fake information that they want. They want X10 to think that they're rotating around, that they'll leave the A site and start to retake B, but instead, they're sitting here as they hear the turret. They know that there's at least 1 player still by, and with that turret going down, you know it's going to be an A hit, most likely. Paddy good for the first. He falls back, moves around the side. The Lear in play. He's repositioning yet again, but cut off by a great angle from Heat.
Still, Sushi Boys. Oh, he's actually going to pick him off. A first one goes his way. Now, he is tagged at least to half HP, and he doesn't know that the other 2 players are remaining within the site. He shot into the turret, and although he does take down Joe.
Put the Viper's Pit on top so that they can't take the rope. He wasn't able to, has to put it down below instead, and use his orb to cover. I don't know how Muri's just died.
He has an Ares and a pistol, and he just goes out with the sheriff. What has just happened from Sushi Boys? That is, that's one of the most... I think we call that the scream dash. Didn't he do that before?
Yassine was constantly doing it, right?
Oh, yeah, no, you're right. It was Yassine.
He couldn't stop, man. Especially with this map as well. B-side, he just kept dashing forward every time he shot.
They've got to be careful. Foxy is still here.
Oh, no.
They haven't actually checked for it. That's a free kill, at least onto the first. And even just staying alive, it would be so valuable for his team.
Yeah. We're at 8-4 coming into this half. A very important round for Vivo Keat. They really want to come out on top in this one, give themselves that leg up to buy their way back into the series. Or back into the map, at least. Oh, they're going to be caught on the way back. And there's the tag from Heat. He takes down Scary. That means no Viper utility for what could have been a BXX.
Yeah, never turn your back on Heat. I'm telling you that now. He will put you in the grave.
Don't turn your front on him either. Just don't look at him.
Don't look.
Stay away.
Don't look at him. Don't not look at him. Just try and keep out of his general vicinity.
Yeah.
It's a good plan for the majority of rounds. In fact, we saw that in the first half, even when he was able to sort of drag them through the last couple. They have managed to get quite a lot of space on towards this B side, but it looks like for Vivo Keat, this is by design. They're trying to hold them into spots where they don't really have anything to fight from. Almost a nasty surprise, but it's only going to be the 1-for-1 trade. Putting this into a 4 versus 3 scenario. Mura's going to try and take some extra space. I don't know if they'll expect Sushi Boys to just be sat below them. In fact, the remaining attackers have just gone on the longest lurk play ever. They're all wrapping back around. They're starting to shoot the turret. You just realized there's no one on there. Okay, I can just scurry away. Now, this is not planted for them, so they have to get back into space, and in fact, the defusal has already begun. They've managed to get it halfway, but again, the kills just all come through for X10. It has to be. Now, the weaponry, it's actually not bad from X10. They've got a couple of rifles in there, one of them being a bulldog and Vixen. It's a risky battle to attempt, and I think he's got caught a little bit on the wall as he went through. Okay, Sushi Boy's trying to go out of over the top, and he'll lose his head for it.
Something we talked about at the start of this, 4 or 5 rounds in, was how confident X10 looked, and that duel from Sushi Boy just underlines it even more so. The late flank we just saw on our screens from Scary, they're trying to buy as much time as possible, and the slow combined with the shock dart leaves Paddy very, very low indeed, but Scary is making his way up, and now the flank is completed. He's found the first. He'll come in for 3 by the time the round is over, and X10 push up to 11. A bonus round taken in incredible fashion. Mechanics, the reality is what makes you different is being able to play clinical and clean Valorant. Have those great mid-round calls and adaptations, and from what we're seeing of X10, it's world-class what they're bringing to the table. Scary has gone down again, though, in that early round, as Joe was at least able to find it, but Padawan is not looking to let them have that advantage for all too long.
Yeah, they've just put him in as like a solo A take at the moment. Like, most of the time you call that a lurk, but I'm not calling it a lurk because he's actually just trying to fight them.
Yeah.
Like, he's not waiting to sneak in behind. He's not looking to catch them off guard. He's just going, I'm here and I'm looking to try and fight you. And they've just baited the res, completely killing off one. But this man with a Blade Storm, we talked about his headshot percentage. He definitely got one of them. Unfortunately, received another in return. No real problems, at least in this round. And actually, I'm surprised they even invest the Viper's bit into this one, wanting to make sure they could secure their 12th, but to be honest, it looked like they had it already.
Yeah, it definitely did. At this stage, I guess it is just confirming the round. They've not got any ultimates coming online later, so it's aggressive, let's say. But they want to make sure there's no chance for Vivo Kid to get that insane comeback, the big clutch, and fire themselves up. They want to make sure they feel shut out, and I think they're doing a damn good job of it so far. Muri's doesn't stand a chance. No, fucks.
He's the one factor that really has still been popped in. Muri's so aggressive.
Well, I mean, you call that so aggressive. We did just watch the whole half from X10, but it hasn't worked out for him any of these times. And exactly, that's the thing, right? And with Patty taking that kill, he's healed back up. He's ready to fight. Heat is holding the cross. Good opening shot, and he'll even get away. Well, maybe not with the second. Vixen does help, but it is, at the end of the day, the advantage well and truly in their favor, leaving Patitek to try and recover the 1v4. He's hearing a lot of steps around him, but I don't think he's long for this world. He'll at least get the first, but the spike can now be defused. And with Patty dead, even more so. A fifth found for Vivo Kid at long last, but
chicken, unless there's an opportunity for one of the teams to actually win the round off the ult. This time, though, it's looking far more basic, and Vixen again. He's just been taken out. They don't have the res this time to even bring him back, so that's so much space just garnered by the attack inside. An afterplant guaranteed. And now, well, it is going to come down to that retake. And as said, this lockdown, somewhat worthless at the moment.
Yeah, they're going to put it down anyways, see what it can do, but all it's going to do is get that Hunter's Fury activated and firing in. And look for another tag onto one of these players as well as they come on through. I think it's found it, actually. Joe down to 70 health and no shields to play with anymore. He's going to heal himself up, so that's that burned up. In fact, I think MW might have even gotten hit as well, and they haven't spotted the crows towards the backside. A nice double kill to open things up for X10, and even with that wall going up, there are plenty of players to deal with it. Joe falls, so does Heat, and so do Vivo Kid. 13-6.
Obviously, we haven't seen them in such a long time. We've now got Muriz switching up to another agent. He's looking like a jack of all trades, and while they were talking about aggression, it's actually come out from the side of Vivo Kid straight into the pistol round, just pushing their way through Garage. They got off to a great start, but Foxy's come back with two. That was a shot through the door as well with the Ghost.
Yeah, you could not predict him to be the one walking away with those kills, especially when you had that skirmish from Sushi. You're chasing down a player on long, catching him off, have a suspicion that the rotates have come through. But it looks like they're going to go for the B side instead. I thought this was going to be a wraparound through the spawn to A. In fact, it is not at all. They're just looking to duel on this one. Vixen left on 40 HP by the time that X10 run to the other site. And, well, he is going to have a lot of angles to cover when he comes back to retake.
Spike planted.
Yeah, he's so low on HP, and this crossfire in towards the spawn is actually gross. Like, they already... He gets hunted down by the alarm bot. General vicinity mirrors as well, still having some utility available to delay them, and he has gained so much ground. This kill is as free as it gets. Going to try and spot out the remainder. He might actually get traded here. I don't know if he realizes they're in the window, but just snaps back to take off the head of another.
And that's safe of a position for him to take, especially as we see those players, Muriz and Vixen, pushing all the way down. They're now in the window, seeing the spike, and stuck inside of astral form. When he comes out, Vixen's going to trade. We can get it done sooner rather than later. Vivo Kid. One round on the board, now they face off against the full buy of X10. This is where they could face a little bit of a problem. Stunned to the backside. Vixen not going to be able to do all too much, but he's safe for a moment inside of those cloud bursts. But now they know he's here. He'll swing and take down one, but his teammates are falling. He needs to do so much, and despite the damage done, it still ends up in a 2v4. That lockdown coming in to buy them the time. They get a nice, safe spike plant.
I feel bad. I think he did about 240, 250 damage, not including the kill, but it really doesn't matter at this stage. MW0 has to break back and just fall away, try and hold on to this gun for the next round, and hey, X10, they really didn't give them much of a chance in this round whatsoever. In fact, Scary, they've been getting ready to make a push into this site, and they have a little corner where they can actually plant on just on the edge, but walking through it, it had its risks. Muriz goes down in a trade, and as they walk through again, it's just back into a 3v3 scenario. Neither team taking the advantage, and in fact, they've switched their move into a take towards C.
They've still got so many important players alive. That breach in particular with the flashes. Foxy's also having one as well, and that's the aftershock to clear him out. You're seeing it, all that utility in the late round, and then Fox just comes in and starts shredding everybody. Trailblazers, insult to injury for Heat. The turret tagging him up on the way out. Only 27 health remains, and it doesn't look like Heat's gonna get a lot done. He needs to connect a shot here and now, or he'll start to think about saving with that 20 health. Oh, 21.
What's this A site? Because they have everything they need for this. The stun, he's just screwed. That was absolutely perfect from Cruz, and now Muriz has to go ham. He gets nothing done. It's left to the remaining two, and no doubt they're just going to save this one. Lockdown not worth it anymore, and they just need to keep the ultimates. This is being incredibly well played by X10.
Much up for debate. I mean, look, EMEA's on top. That's goes without saying. But when it comes to that, you know, NA, they could be on the bottom by the time.
Oh, no.
I don't believe it. Just lost
again. He is waiting back. 30 seconds left for the push to come in, and the flash isn't really going to catch anybody other than their own team. Vixen has found a kill on the other side of the map, and this is where he can finally show up. 2 kills, make that a third. Looking to try and bring his team back from the depths. Now, he will go down to Scary, but he's done more than enough. They know exactly where this last player is, and there's no time for this round to go in the other direction. It will be a second. It just depends how costly it's going to be.
I swear I just heard the Rolling Thunder voice line as well. I'm curious to see if it disappears coming into the next round. It dealt with Scary. The round was theirs anyways, and Vivo keyed.
He's going to be investing into the Blade Storm. He does currently have a weapon available to him, and now we want to see if they can get these last couple. Nice spam coming through. Patitek is gone. Vixen actually goes back for more, and he will double up and drop the spike. You question about that Rolling Thunder, well, we're not going to see it in this round at all, and it seems like Vivo Keith might have found a little bit of life.
Well, Scary is able to grab Heat on the updraft. 2v4, it's still winnable, but it's not going to be one. Actually playing behind the wall as well, even burning up their own one, but eventually they will be losing a player. He sat in the corner the entire time. McCrew will be taken down, and Vivo, content with their opening duel, will back off into a much more passive stance.
Oh, Paddy gets caught. It is going to be a quick trade back. Foxy has caught one, looking to try and push into C. Joe's got to be careful here. He might get caught. And in fact, the jump down doesn't really seem worth it. It's going to trade out into a 3v3 scenario. Now they do, I'm going to say it again, still have a Rolling Thunder.
So do X10, just their breach is dead. That's the downside of that. Look at this, playing off site from X10, smart play. They're gonna just go all the way down, use their nano swarms, use their grab well. This is like hard post-plant play. So difficult to deal with. Still a nano swarm on it. And there's the tap. Grab well to start with. Sorry, the nano swarms actually aren't on it anymore. Never mind that. That's going to be a little bit difficult then, because they've now got to deny it with just the rifles, and all the bases are covered for Vivo Keed. Still, the spike diffuser gets killed. It was already halfway. Time sensitive, but X10 walk away with the victory. 9-3 at the half. X10 have won every single pistol, 3 out of 3. Joe watching the flank, but he's lit down to 14, trying to run for his life. The jump peek not going to get him much, and Patitek will take him down. Now the flank is open, and X10 are looking to take it towards this A site. Crunch in on the attackers. Ooh, but Vivo Keed have some ideas of their own.
This is interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody attempt this at a pistol. They've tried to fight back out. They've now almost got trapped in the spawn. I don't know where they go from here. That's the problem. I think they're just hoping that their opponents almost fight back into them, but they've got trapped, and they need to kill off Cruz just to get back into the A site that they already claimed.
As we said, Cruz having a pretty tough game so far, but he's tucked in the corner on this pistol, ready for them to peek on in. I don't mind what Vivo are doing right now, hoping that X10 make a mistake, but the problem is clock is against you, and eventually you got to make a move. Crew able to take the first. There's a second shot as well, doubling up here in the opening round and leaving Muriz with 30 HP in a dream. That dream looks very unlikely to come true with 20 seconds. Yeah, it's done. There's no way he picks up the spike, gets back. It's just not possible. That's the round shut down. Drone. excuse me, was going down through a short, hasn't seen it. So he's just going to be tucked in, waiting for them to make a move. Oh my, Scary is down. A quick wall bang in through Garage, and Sushi Boys almost went down to the same thing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all the utility they currently have available on B. Like, they would probably be the worst place they could go. And
not if he dies.
Sushi Boy is going to live to tell the tale. It looks like they're almost looking to try and play a retake on the C site. They have a couple of players in Garage, but they'd have to just try and take this fight on the cross. And you know what? Sushi Boys actually does relatively well. He was already tagged, so a trade out there is not going to be too bad. Cruz will be removed by Mures, putting this into an advantageous position, but there's a couple tagged, and you can already see this flank slowly coming in. Now, there is an alarm bot available.
10 seconds left.
And I think you can see Joe's just making sure he's just about close enough so that it should still be activated, so they will know that he's here.
Yeah, they've now spotted Patitek. They're going to go and try and deal with him. It's Joe in the corner. Waiting for that peek to come through. Patitek not able to win it out despite a lot of damage done. Look how low these players are. With a Spectre, Foxy can still win this. Vivo Key need to be so careful. This would be the game thrown away. But luckily, MW Sarah with... Yeah, I'm a fan of baiting out the utility first, but they're just going to dash straight in, and it's not working out for the opening. Heat's created space, but the Nanoswarm stops anybody else from following up through the smoke. Patitek's taking down Vixen, and things are starting to look very scary. Vivo Key recovered the spike, but they still need to recover this round.
Oh! What is that from Patitek? It's left all onto Joe. 1 versus 3. Player still with a pistol, but the spike down on the deck, and actually they're going to go pushing for it. Scary, just trying to command that control, but actually gives his life away. And that wasn't much of a trade even in HP, so Joe's still in a very good position here. Patitek, you can see how confident he is. He has a layered defense away.
Did they just double swarm and grab well? And that's a lot of utility commitment from X10, but they're just trying to delay time so the flank can come through. Muri's does really well to take down Patitek, but Joe won't be able to get up to anything. This is looking dire for the side of Vivo Key with a 2v4, a clutch needed, and then another 7 rounds just to hit OT.
Yeah, they are in one of the worst positions I think we've ever seen, and they need someone to step up as a hero just to give them a lifeline in this series. And well, at the moment at least, they're clueless as to where their opposition are. They're currently just watching into the window. Now, this does lead them with a chance to get an afterplant on C, to set themselves up in a better position, and that's exactly what they're going to get.
That they will.
30 seconds left.
Vixen, the one to take that spike plant, now 1 away from the Cosmic Divide. Don't know how much impact that's going to have. But the Smoke, on the other hand, they're walking inside that Nebula looking to have a big play. Heat getting aggressive. The stun doesn't hit, but the flash does. Heat still comes out on top. Now to a 2v3. Little bit more winnable for Vivo. Keyed, if they don't get caught off guard by the timing, and he still comes out on top. 2 versus 2, Blade Storm online, spike plant for them. This is looking winnable. Scary's already going to start the defuse, but the Grabwell takes them back. Heat has fallen though. Vixen needs to do it all here and now, just needs to stop the diffuser, and unfortunately, he cannot quite get there. The spike diffuse on its way.
Oh, no! They even started the music! It hasn't been done just yet! This is 4. If there was anything there for Vivo Key, that might just be the moment that changes this. Now, this isn't much of an investment. That's just a straight-up classic battle with a single flash, and that's enough to get them a kill. Now, bear in mind, there are a couple of ultimates here. In fact, there's even a rifle online. That's another classic kill coming through. And Patitek's still there with a Blade Storm, but it's been utilized already. He doesn't have much left, but now he will get the knives back, and it's ended after all. Let's get that music rolling, because X10 have managed to get themselves through to the decider match, and they're going to be getting to play a rematch versus Envy.
What an incredible showing from X10 here today. They have really impressed me from start to finish of this series. Sure, there were a couple rounds here and there that were maybe a little more aggro than we would have expected, but by and large, this was just clean.